Hi guys, it's Francis here. Just a quick update on the Bitcoin situation. Yeah, interesting one. This is for methodology in the market sniper. So we had this structure here, which if you treat it on its own, gave a nice funnel over there. Went short there, a little bit of a rising wedge return. Spill that led to a wind up inverted HVF over here, which gave a target there. It wound up again and that gave a target there. This is Polynex platform. It didn't necessarily perform on all other platforms. You would have to look at the pattern on that chart. I looked at the Polynex because I happen to be in Polynex. So sometimes a bunch of haters that say, oh, it didn't work over there, he's doing whatever he's doing. That was the platform that I was in that trade. And you have to bear in mind that there's variances across exchanges, and things that are set up on some exchanges may perform and on others may not. It's part of the vagaries of crypto, and I've made many references to it before. So last night was a bit interesting. On some exchanges, once again, this was quite close to being a double top. On others, it was not as high as it is here. And it gave you complexity. It was misleading. In the end, I turned out lucky to have just stayed with it, but I was very unsure. I was part of the situation. Well, this isn't a nice structure. It could sell off. Is this? It was round about here at the period. Is this going to be low 2? And are we going to get an HVF, H3, and L3 with a projected target up? In the end, we did, and I was lucky enough that I largely stayed in. Note how we've made that target now, and now it's progress decay. It's also dovetailing with the previous purple line. This is what we call key levels of significance. You can go back and find out whence did that come, and you will find that it was an interim from a previous pattern. So this is once again what I call leaving your stuff on. Your key levels of significance. That's the $13,000 mark, which was also an interesting one. Which we'd theorize might be a mega neckline. We did get the ascending wedge post running it over here, and this wind up, if we're pulling that back into view, that wind up there was just above the $13,000 mark as part of a wind up to smash it down. So it was run and then a weak rally up to also previous little micro funnel levels of significance as well there. So it's nice to have the confluence of levels. By the way, this HVF, one of the key reasons that just had me think that the context would be potentially upside, although it wasn't, as I say, an easy call, it was a little bit of either, is that we were bumping into the funnel level of the shorter time frame. So I'm just going to drop us down a time level so that everybody can just get a bit more detail. So that was the funnel level, and you can see those risk rewards. I'm wanting to show you what they did on this setup. So we bumped in it, and because we stepped over it, we wanted to bias to bullish. We bumped in it and stepped over it again, bumped in it and stepped over it, but we couldn't break it and hold it. We bumped in it, then we were winding up, then your little H3 and L3, and then you kind of moved. And then as you got to the key level, note the volume down here. Note the volume down here. You see, that's your relatively the highest volume you've had in a long time. And that was the assertion. You always break key levels of significance with power, volume, and with momentum and impulsiveness. So that's funnel level that had been leaning on here. And remember, key levels of significance are usually just got triggered. So, and that is like what we'd call a triggering event for running the key level of significance here, although the break in the pattern came a little bit earlier on lighter volume, drifted, once again respected the level, but didn't go back as far, and then boom, squeezed above it. Note that that's now a target make, and now you're in a little bit of stalling area over here. So it's some minor green shoots. We're on a half hour, but we still, you know, we've been challenged, but this is a first upside structure in a new trend, and that has led to a decent outcome. Once again, this is on the Polynex exchange. There are variances on other exchanges. That high over there would have been very close to a double top. I did look on one or two of the others, and I always encourage you to look across other exchanges, but trade and do the trade on the exchange that you are doing the coins on, but also have a look at the others. So that's all I can say, exchanges. With that, I hope that was useful and interesting. We actually have a couple on our premium board that we think could actually be very, very profitable, that'll be squeezing higher, that are setting up for potential entries. And I'll be doing a reminder clip for my guys on those. And if you're interested in being part of the community, you're welcome to go and have a look at themarketsniper.com. But otherwise, share and like happily here. It's not for everybody. And with that, enjoy your day.